Hello there, I'm Ariana Hunter, real estate broker for Su Casa, Su Castillo. And today in the segment of credit, we're going to be talking about the freeze, how to freeze your credit report and the reasons why people freeze their credit report. Basically, in this day and age, when people operate online, most of us have suffered from this problem at least once, that if you're buying online, there is a big problem of theft of your information, such as your credit card, or it could be your social security number or personal information of that nature that will lead people to create credit under your name to have access to your stuff. So it's a big problem. It happens quite often. In the first alert, it usually comes from your bank. Banks let you know there's something, a pattern that is not normal, and then they ask you it has been your purchase or not, to see if the suspicions are correct or not. That's when usually people find out. And or also if people are going to apply for something, like they say they're going to buy something or they're going to move somewhere in something that requires access to their credit, they're going to find out there's something wrong, and that's usually the way they find out. Unless you are savvy and you're on top of your things, checking your credit very often, then you will know something's wrong right away, and you could stop it right there and then. But for the general public, it's not the case. So what you do is establish a credit freeze, and what a credit freeze will do is limit the access to your information to anyone who wants to pull your credit. Now, Equifax is the only one that provides that free of charge. The only but is that if you do it online, it provides you a PIN, a specific PIN that you will to use in the future if you want to remove it temporarily or permanently. You want to remove that freeze. If you do not have the PIN, then you won't be able to do it. And the problem is that many people didn't get the number when they set up their freeze, or the same case is if you called it in. So what you do is that you need to call the Equifax. It's really hard to get a hold of people, but I'm going to put the information below, and you press pound, 5 pound, and you wait forever, like an hour, and then you get to talk to somebody. And what's going to happen in the phone call is I'm going to ask you several information that you should know regarding to your credit, and then if 5 to 7 days is the amount of time that it's going to take for them to send you the PIN. They will not provide you the PIN over the phone. So you have to take that into account. And a lot of places that are secure like that, banks do not give you PIN over the phone as well. They will request it and send it to you by mail, and that's for your own security. So you have to take that into account. If you're going to be using your credit, allow sufficient time to fix that, to have access to that, so you'll be able to access your own stuff, because that's the only problem most people have. It's like a loaded gun that shoots yourself. You need to have that ability to be able to remove the PIN with that information. Now, the other company is TransUnion and Equifax. Oh no, yeah, TransUnion and Equifax. They charge you $10 to $20 to establish it, and $10 to $20 to remove it. So it's very costly. But of course, it costs you more to lose your name and to have all these headaches of identity theft and all this debt that you need incur. So in the long run, well, you have no choice. Unfortunately, they're taking advantage. It's an automated system, but somebody have to pay to have the automated system created, and that's what you're paying for. It's unfortunate because they add insult to injury, but what can you do? It is part of doing business, and everybody's going to figure out how to make a dollar. So what you need to know, Equifax do not charge you. Start there for free. Make sure you get your PIN and document it somewhere where you could have access to it the day you need it. Remember to give yourself sufficient time to remove your credit freeze if you're going to be using it yourself. Remember to order your credit report once a year to keep on top of everything to see if everything is running smoothly and correctly, and all the information you see there is yours. I hope this has helped you. Till next time.